Hey everybody, this is Supervisor Dom Zanger. I want to take a minute to talk about our housing prices and the way that it works in the region. So there's a lot of people out there that will say, well, it's supply and demand. You build more houses and the price will drop. That's how supply and demand works. The problem is San Benito County does not operate in a vacuum. We do not have a border around us with a wall that says, okay, only people in San Benito County can buy a house. So this is the state of California. And here is San Benito County. All of this region around is demand that wants to move here and buy a house here. And even more broadly, you could take the whole state of California as demand. There's 1.8 million people in Santa Clara County. There's 67,000 roughly in San Benito County. And so the problem is, we can't just build our way out of this. We won't be able to keep up with the demand. We could build supply. We can fill it all the way. We could build 10,000 houses. The problem is, the price isn't going to fluctuate much. And the reason is because there's a seemingly endless demand from other regions around us. And we can just look at this if we go back in the last 20 years. Built hundreds, thousands of houses. The price hasn't gone down much. So in order to get that price down, we have to be a lot more creative than just trying to supply our way out of this problem. We need to get creative with development agreements and policy, and we're looking into those things, but it's very complex. It's a very complicated issue. And this housing issue is complicated in itself. It's very multifaceted. There's many components that go into it. The gist of it is supply and demand doesn't function when there's an unlimited demand nearby. We cannot keep up with that supply. It's impossible. It will never happen. So we need to be a lot more creative with how we solve this problem so people of my generation that grew up here can afford to buy a house here. This is just an informative video. There's a lot to get into. I'll have future videos on RENA and everything else, but this is just a little piece of the puzzle explaining how the economics work with housing. And like I said, if you don't believe me, just go online and look it up. Look at the housing prices. Look what they've been. Look how it's changed over the years after we built. It doesn't change that much. And that's just the nature of the region that we live in.